Welcome back to another episode of Fig Life. We are glad to have you here with us today. It is me, John Wangland, Johnny Podcast, and the hashtag Scandinavian God here. And joining me, as always, is my partner, one half of Demolition, the smasher himself, the blacktop bully, Barry Darso, the Repo Man. He's got more names than freaking James Brown. It is the one, the only, the original gangster himself, the only real deal heel, Mr. Richie Reardon. What's up, Big Yoda?
Not much. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well today, Mr. Reardon.
That was a terrible. I'm sorry, guys. That was a fucking terrible impersonation there.
It's all right. We don't watch for our impersonations on there. I think my Yoda's not bad though, man. My kids always
Yours
say,
is pretty good. Mine sounds like Kermit the Frog or Disco Inferno, whichever one you want to.
I could do Kermit too. It's Kermit D Frog here.
Okay, give me a Disco Inferno now.
Oh Jesus, I don't want to even fucking try to do that.
It's the same thing, so you're good.
Yeah, it's pretty easy then, man. I don't ever want to do that Goof's voice, but jeez, man, how you doing, dude?
I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be here. It's been a great night. We've taped a few episodes in the can here tonight, just pulling the curtain back, and it's been fun to kick it with you and talk some figs. So I'm doing good, brother.
Oh yeah, man. We've been doing this for a few hours now, just because we have so much fun doing it. It's like we just started doing it. It's pulling the onion back, man. It's 1:15 in the morning my time. I got to go to work in the morning, and I still don't care because this is entertaining and fun, man. So we've had a lot of good stuff, which you guys will see over the next week to 10 days here from all the stuff we put out tonight. Pretty much every day, every other day, we'll have something out, as we always try to do, 2-3 minimum a week, if not more, hopefully. So we got a fun show tonight here, man. We got some really really beautiful figs, man. Ones that are just super nice. And I'm going to have you lead it off, man. And you got a cool one there for probably one of our favorite people in all of wrestling. We're going to be participating at the Fan Fest out there as part of the show in April at the Rome Civic Center, I believe it's called, out there in Rome, Georgia on April 25th. And he's actually the headliner of the show. So, hey, man, we get to work on a show and be a part of the show that this man's going to be a part of, which is insane. And it's the one and only Sting. And we got some cool Sting ones tonight, but yours is an awesome one, man. I love this one. So hit us with it. What do you got?
So this one here, apparently I bought it not knowing this, and there are many available of this figure. It's one of the more rare ones. It was a TNA shop exclusive, but they also put stickers on a few that were part of the Impact Wrestling World Tour. There was 50 of them, and I was lucky to get one of them. They were signed by Sting. They have a COA that's guaranteed that it's authentic, so it's very damn cool. Very glad to have had it in my collection, and I'll go ahead and show you it now. This is it here. It's the Joker Sting, of course. I'll zoom in on the number there. You can see it's number 25 of 50, and look at that head scan, man.
Jesus, that's tremendous.
This right here, yeah, it's tremendous. This right here was Sting's reincarnation of his character. I think he felt like the Crow character had run its course, and he wanted to take a break and kind of open up a little bit. So I think that's why he came along with of course, the Joker with the Batman Rising and all that stuff had just came out, so he went with the Joker. And man, I think this gimmick was pretty damn cool. We're gonna do some TNA watch-alongs and cover it one day, but for now, this is, we're gonna cover this right now, and this is just a great figure. You look at the entrance robe. They went a lot of detail into that, and it's soft goods, which is what we really like. You got the tassels and everything that Sting is so well known for, and his entrance attire is included in that. You got the scorpion all over it and stuff, and it's just a cool figure. TNA, they had really like crazy looking out of the norm boxes. They were going all crazy with their shapes and stuff, which in a lot of ways it's appealing and it looks good, but it's hard to keep this nice.
Yeah.
Unless you have a figure defender. You can see some of the corners have worn out and stuff like that. It's very hard to keep these figures nice in their box. But I've tried to do so. The box is themed off of his robe, which I thought was a very good choice.
Yeah, that's nice.
And they got great pictures of Sting there. It says here, throughout his unparalleled career in professional wrestling, Sting has been a multi-time world champion, defending against such stars as Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Abyss, and countless others. After a 2-year hiatus from the ring, Sting exploded back onto the scene in 2006 to reignite an unsettled feud with Jeff Jarrett. In his first 6 months, he captured the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, the most illustrious event, Bound for Glory. Sting would continue to mark Bound for Glory as his territory, capturing the TNA title 3 consecutive years in a row at that event. This was based off of his 2011 attire after mounting frustrations with Hogan and Bischoff, excuse me. Sting morphed into the insane icon. Eventually, Sting won control of the company from Dixie Carter and started calling the shots as the general manager of Impact. Wow, that was a lot to read. Great figure, incredible figure. Glad to have it in the collection. There's only 50 of these, but go get the regular Joker Sting, and it's just as good.
Where did you pick that up at?
I was lucky and got this from a friend that had this, and unfortunately, I had to give a few of my figures away to get it, but I'm glad I did it.
Shoot, that's a worthwhile one right there, man. That's a friggin' tremendous one. I
Yeah,
love
I
this.
love it.
I love the soft goods too, man, for the uniform there, because that's one of our gripes with some of the nicest ones that we have, that they don't act, that they don't do that. Not all
Right.
companies do. Which, yeah, they still look cool for some of the ones, but man, they'd look 20 times cooler if they had that in there. And
Yep.
it's a shortcut a lot of places take, and I get it. I understand it's money, and it's expensive, to do that, I'm sure. And it's about cost saving, but for some of them, man, it just takes away the look of them just a little bit, and it could really put them over the top from being an amazing one to like one that's just like a friggin' holy grail that you're just like, damn, man, like I gotta have
That
that.
ringside exclusive Bret Hart that you want is one of those that I think would have
Yeah,
benefited from that, but
I agree. I bet you they would have taken the stock in the price, man. Is like 3 to 4 times with that stuff
and
sometimes
it's
with some of
already
this.
expensive.
Yeah, it
So
just makes it better, man. And this kind of fits in line for my one here. This is a stamp of approval, but this totally fits in line with what we're just talking about right there with not having the soft goods. This is one of my probably my favorite look for Sting has in his figures, and I have a lot of Sting figures, but I love this one, man. And it's not an expensive one by any means. It's just a very beautifully crafted one that they did. And one day my goal is to get the whole series for this, because there's not a ton in this series, but there's enough that it's feasible. Some of them are crazy expensive, but they're worth it because they did a great job. And it's the defining moments for Sting.
ah, one of the best series. I've got maybe 4 or 5 left that I have to get to complete the whole series.
Yeah, man, they did a tremendous job with this one here. Now, this is Sting all the way from the Great American Bash and when he wore the Americana outfit out there. And it's just tremendous. The facial scan, everything in this is fantastic. The only negative to this is what we were just talking about, man. The outfit is not the soft goods. This is total plastic. And when you look closely at it, you can see it. If you're looking from a distance, or you're looking on cam here, unless I put the pictures up really closely, you really wouldn't be able to notice it unless it was closer or they looked at it. And you'll see it, in the pictures here when I put them up. You can see it from there, but from a little far back, you'll see that it's not, it's very hard to delineate there for those and to deviate from it. But this is just a fucking fantastic one. It's one of my favorite eras of him, and it's so good even on the back of it, which it goes down the whole history of him and this situation. The back's opened up. It even goes back with the detail that he has his rat tail in it that he had at that point. So they actually
I didn't
have
even
that.
notice that. That's cool
Yeah,
that you pointed that out.
because you have this one, right?
I don't have this one. I want this
Really?
one so bad.
I,
I love the defining moments set because that back window, you get to see all the detail of the figure, and then also what's cool about that is they actually put his coat as the back there, and that's just fucking. I love shit like that. That's one of the things that stood out about defining moments, that I thought that they capitalized on very well. And man, I'm telling you, if this series ever came back, I'd be very happy.
yeah, I think a lot of people would too, man, because it's just a fantastic series, and I got several in this series, man, and I love all of them. I love this one, and I love the detail on it. I really love the fact that they even put the rat tail in that he used to have on him, and this is like literally spot on to this time frame here. So this one goes back to his match with Ric Flair, and they on defining moments they'll always put kind of where the story is on why they're in this outfit, and what era it actually emulates. So I'll read this really fast as I can. It's a couple paragraphs. It says, the ongoing rivalry between Sting and Ric Flair reached its climax in 1990 when they faced off at the Great American Bash. It was Sting's first time back in the ring in months after a career-threatening knee injury, which, to pull the onion back, he blew his ACL out, and it was right when he was ready to get his title shot and to win the belt. He was scheduled to win the belt, so
Jesus.
he blew it out in a match and was out for a pretty significant period of time. So Sting entered the ring, face painted in red and white and blue. He had a black and silver robe. He was a man on a mission, set to take the crown. Once in the ring, Sting's troubled knee was a non-factor. He was quick on his feet, hitting a dropkick and bounding him from the ropes effortlessly. During an unsteady moment, Flair pounced. Sting wouldn't go down, recovering swiftly each time Flair attacked. In the end, Sting was able to take control by pinning Flair with a roll-up, and a new champion had emerged. Sting won the title for WCW title for the first time. So this is a really, really, really breaking moment here. And this was the moment in his career when he really broke out here. Yeah, he'd been in the Horsemen. He was set to win the belt before, and due to his injury, it didn't happen. I forget who they went with. It might have been Luger that they went with, if I remember correctly. And Luger got his run with it for that. I could be wrong. Maybe it was Steamboat that they got back again too. But Sting was scheduled to win it originally, and unfortunately, that knee injury hindered him, but he came back like a bat out of hell. Go watch the match on the network or wherever you can find it. You know, it's Great American Bash 1990. Maybe we'll do a watch along for it in the summer. It's a fantastic match, and when he won the title, they went berserk.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because Zack Ryder had an Elite that came out that actually had this jacket from his attire that he had. So pretty
Cool
damn
stuff.
cool, man. It's an iconic outfit that he wore there, and it carries on to today's generation. People love Sting, and he's just a great character all the way around, man. So great iconic figure. I wish like hell they would have included the WCW Championship in that one, but
Yeah,
hey, that's just nitpicking.
yeah.
TNA also did a version of this figure with the soft goods. And if anyone out there knows where I can get that, please pass the information along because that's a fucking badass figure.
I have to look that up. I've never seen that, man. I bet you that's a fucking sweet one, though. Like, you know,
Whew.
because they did good figures too. And then when they have the soft goods on it, it would just, man, I got to check that out and see if we can find that one because, man, I know he's got a million of them, but it's kind of like he's one of the guys over time. I'd love to have every single one of his figures that he's ever had. Like that would be an awesome thing for me. I got a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
them now, many more to go, but I love anything with Sting, man. He's one of my all-time favorites, hands down. He's in my top five, and this moment was pretty freaking tremendous. And I actually remember watching it too, Richie, as a kid. I watched
Yeah, I
it.
bet. I bet that
Yep,
was pretty damn cool. It was a year before I was born. Otherwise, I
yep,
would have watched it.
yep. Yeah, you can't watch it when you're not born yet, man. We'll cut you some slack on that one. I remember where I was and when I watched it too. And I was actually at my baseball coach's house, and we were in the basement of his house. It was me, him, and his son and my dad, and we were all watching. My dad and him were not wrestling fans or anything, but me and his son, who were friends and played ball together for years, were in it. And I remember watching it down there. And when Sting won it, we went fucking berserk, man, because I
Oh, I
had just
believe it.
started. Yeah, I just started the year before to get into WCW when I was about 7, and I fucking loved Sting right off the bat. He was the ultimate warrior of WCW to me, and I just loved him. So I remember
What's the
when he
matter,
won.
man? You don't like the Renegade?
Whew, the Renegade, there's a gem. I don't think you're ever gonna see a figure of the Renegade coming out, man.
Dude, it should be a Comic Con exclusive. That would be phenomenal. I would buy the shit out of that.
On the Arn show, they Conrad, because Arn talks about, because he was the one that lost the television championship to the Renegade, and Conrad would always ask him what was it like working with the Renegade, because he was so green to it. And Arn was a very nice guy, doesn't try to bury people ever, and even he had to say, it's like it wasn't his fault. He was thrusted into this role right too fast. He goes, but my God, he goes, he almost killed me a few times with some of the moves. Like we did it so fast because I didn't want to be in there with him. And then they asked him, they're like, would you rather have like a 60-minute fucking Iron Man match, you know, with the Renegade, or would you rather be in a car? I think it was like he said the honky tonk or disco. I think he might even said Disco Inferno or
Probably
something like
Freddie
that.
Blassie, I bet.
Somebody crazy that Arn doesn't care for. I can't even remember who it was. They said, or would you rather be in the car for a short amount of time with them? And he's like, I'll be in the car with them all day than to be in a fucking 60-minute Iron Man match with a Renegade, man. No way. Like
Yeah.
seriously, nope. But what do you got next for your stamp, man, to close off the show?
Yeah, we got a great stamp of approval. This is a newer figure, so hopefully you guys like the fresh new stuff that's coming out. We're gonna try and cover more of that as well. So we'll toss those in every now and then. This particular figure, he just won the Universal Championship against, the popular vote of everybody else in the fucking world. But hey, to each his own. Mr. 52-year-old Bill Goldberg. This is the Elite that just came out, and I believe this is Elite Series 74, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Great figure. I love they did the MMA trunks, the black and white there. I'm glad that he's got enough WCW versions of him, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I have his entrance greats, which is that, and now I have this one, so it's the WWE style, and I'm very glad to have it in my collection. Huge Goldberg fan. I really feel that he's a great athlete, brings a lot to the table. I just felt that the Fiend deserved a little bit more, but still happy to see him back. Love Bill Goldberg. This is a great figure. The head scan there is tremendous. It's
Hmm.
his mouth open deal there. He's got that tattoo on his inner bicep, so I'm glad they included that. Um, what can I say, man? This is it's got some good hand change outs there with the clenched fist. The iconic WCW title there that he's holding high and proud. That was the company that he carried on his back for a while, so why not feature it? You got Goldberg there on the side, this side as well. And I'll go ahead and read you the stats. He's from Atlanta, Georgia, 285 pounds, 6'4". God, he's a tall bastard.
Yeah.
Universal Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, and WWE Hall of Fame inductee. I'll go one further. He was also a United States Champion and WCW Tag Team Champion. Um, from 2003 to 2004, the man known as Goldberg ran roughshod over the superstars of WWE with one question in mind: who's next? The rest of the figures in this series, Elite Series 74, Finn Balor, which I have in the Detolf. I had to take it out of the package and make it a Lucy. It's,
Hmm.
it's a fucking incredible figure, dude. I recommend you go out, get that shit right now. AJ Styles, this is the best AJ Styles since his Royal Rumble Elite that he had, in my opinion. Bill Goldberg, Andrade, another good underrated figure. Lince Dorado, and somebody John absolutely loves. No talent, Natty Neidhart. I love Natty Neidhart. Don't
Nothing
get me wrong.
happening, Natty.
I think she's very talented. John has a problem with her. I don't know why, man. I love her. I love Tyson Kidd. They're great. So that is another good one. They nailed the head scan on Natalia. But this one gets our stamp of approval because it is iconic, it is great, and it's always good to see Goldberg. So Fig Life, stamp of approval.
Unless he's winning the world title.
Yeah, no shit.
Beautiful one, man. I'm telling you. Butte, butte, butte. What are some things, though, man? We got to close out with some good stuff. What are some things we are looking at? Some things we bought? Some things that's coming up here for everybody that they can plan on seeing?
Well, I gotta report a tragedy tonight. We had an opportunity to get a Star Toys, and I've been touting it since this show started. I will show you guys my Star Toys. I'm saving it for a special event. Maybe Mania season, I'll break the old Star Toys out and show you guys, give you the story and the background behind them. But we had the opportunity to get one of the rarest figures of all time tonight. And of course, my dumbass blew it. But that's okay. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I'm talking about, of course, the Big Boss Man Star Toys. And maybe we'll meet again. Who knows? But what I'm looking at buying right now is a Thunder Slam 3-pack. It's a WCW Toy Biz UK exclusive. It, of course, featured Buff the Stuff Bagwell and Double J Jeff Jarrett. Also, you got an extra value figure, and this is why I want to buy it because I have every rendition of this guy's figure. I'm talking, of course, my favorite wrestler of all time, Mr. Vampiro. So he's included in that one. I'm also watching right now a few other figures. One of them's the WrestleMania 35 Elite series, and that is Scott Hall from his match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's a 1 of 100 Kurt Angle TNA exclusive chase figure on there that I'm actually looking for right now as well. And I said I would never buy this figure, but I kind of want it now. The Beat the Streak Lesnar figure, where he took the
Hmm.
Undertaker streak.
Coming
There,
around, eh?
yeah, and then also there's a 1 of 1800 Roddy Piper I'm looking for as well. So,
That's sweet, man. Those are some good picks right there, bro. Some good picks.
what about you?
Oh my God, man, I've been busy this week. I've
Seems like it.
yeah, man, I've got a lot coming up, man. And I'll share more details about when we do them. I just picked up the classics Tito Santana. I picked up Brutus Beefcake, the barber himself, man, and I picked him up.
Classic.
Yep, for the classics.
Big surprise.
Yep, big surprise, right?
You got to get
Absolute.
the deluxe Brutus beefcake
I
though.
will. I will soon, man, for sure. I got this one for like $3.25, so I
What the
really can't.
fuck?
Yeah, no bullshit, man. I got Tito for $2.50, and I got this. I'm telling people right here, man, this is where you can go find your stuff if you want it. It's out there, and you can find it really cheap. And I got the Brutus for I think it was 3.25. I got it for $3.25, and then I buy from the seller all the time, so he combines the shipping, which is nice. So it was only $10 in shipping. So they cost me like under $18 for both of them and delivery and taxes. So that's a coming. I finally got the Terry Funk Classic, which I'm super stoked to get. So Terry Funk's coming. Happy to report, I finally got Richie's figure of him, Demolition Smash. I got him there the other night there. Richie won't give me his figure. He made me go out and have to look for it there.
Dude, I don't
So
even have it.
you should. It's your figure.
I'm telling
I'm
you,
telling
dude.
you.
Fucking
He's high.
bastards at Jack, Jeremy Padower, man. You fucking asshole. Couldn't even
You
give me one.
you got this, man. You got it, and you're not sharing it with anybody because you don't want them to know you got all the good Smasher stuff, man. I'm telling you from your career out in demolition. But I finally picked it up, man, and I got it. I said I wouldn't pay that. I want to pay that much for it, but I did, and it's all right because I've been wanting it, and it just closes off my tag team stuff. I closed off my Nasty Boys Classic one. I got Sags this week too, so I picked him up. I'm still in search for Ming. I want Ming really bad for the classics.
That's a pricey one there, bud.
It is, man. So if anybody's ever looking to do any tradesies on anything, man, let me know. I'd be happy to talk and see what you need because I got a lot of good stuff too, and I'm really been looking for it there, man. And let me think, what else? What else have I been looking at? God, what haven't I been looking at more than anything? I really, it's so pricey, man. But you mentioned the Bret Hart one earlier.
Yeah.
I'm still searching it out for the right price on the Bret Hart one. It's one of those ones I really want to get, man. Like I
I just
really
found a
do.
Lucy for $85, dude. That thing is so pricey. It's $200 in box.
Jesus, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I also want to get, man. I sent you a picture of it today, but it's expensive, and I'm not willing to part with it that much yet. But I'm looking at some of the Japanese figures that they have, and the Muda figure. I saw yours. Yours is fantastic. I want to get Muda's New Japan figure that he has over there from his mid 2000 run. It's insanely good, and I really want to pick it up, but it's so fucking expensive, and
Have
I'm
you
not.
seen the NWO exclusive Muda yet?
No, I have not.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Okay.
Muda and Liger have some of the coolest fucking New Japan figures that I've ever seen. The Great Sasuke as well. He has some good ones as well. So,
Dude, good shit, man. I'm gonna have to
yeah.
check that out then. I'd love to see that stuff,
Oh,
but
Masahiro Chono as well. I forgot to throw that one out there. But
a little
yeah,
chill,
those,
huh?
those are some fucking legends right there. You can also find some Oneidas that are cool, which I want to get because I have a Cactus Jack and Terry Funk 2-pack from Classic Superstars, the Extreme Superstars 2-pack that they had. I have that one. So I have a good Cactus Jack. I need a good Oneida, so that way I can match it up with my signed barbed wire bat.
That'd be a nice one, dude.
Yeah.
It'd be a nice one. I'm telling you, I love the tag team stuff too. I really
Yeah.
want to pick up Strike Forces one. I almost bought that sign one this week. I just couldn't do it this week with some other stuff that I was parting with and getting out there. It was a little bit more, but I think it's going to still be available for a little bit. So hopefully I can snatch up this cool one that Richie sent me. It's a classic Strike Force signed by both Martel and Santana, which is really, really, really cool. And then I've been looking forward to, but it's another expensive one, but the British Bulldogs 2-pack for the classics. So
Yeah, you need to start getting in the deluxe series as well, man. Those were some great underrated figures. The
yeah,
articulation and the look of them are just next to none for classic. I think it's some of the best stuff they did.
yeah, I got a few of them already, man. They're really nice ones, the deluxes that I got, and I know I'm missing stuff that I bought, but there's a bunch of shit coming, a bunch of other stuff I'm looking at. I really still want to pick up that Elite Red Rooster one. I had it on a bid, and then it was a scam, so unfortunately, it didn't pan out on that one. So I'm looking for one of those at the right price too, man, and just checking out there. There's a lot of elites that I want, man. Next time I'll go down more of the elites that I'm looking for with some of the stuff, but just tons of stuff. Always looking at, man. Always picking up new things all the time, like you, and it's part of the Fig life, man.
You ain't lying about that, bro. So,
Yep.
we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. That's our show for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. We're gonna put all our information here so you can go check our podcast out. We have a whole nother life in this game. We do podcasts all the time covering all things wrestling, from the controversies to doing review shows to watch alongs, topical shows, whatever you guys like. Go over there, rcpodnetwork.com. They've got tons of embedded players. We also have a new show, and it's called That's What She Said, and it is,
Mm-hmm.
of course, hosted by Sunny Salem, who is covering our TNA stuff, and she's going to be doing some topical shows as well. She's doing a really great job, and glad to have her in the Reality Check podcast family. So just wanted to put that out there. You guys know where to find us. Tony Schiavone always said it is out of time for us today, and we'll be back again next time. So turn that bell on. That way you guys don't miss any content. And of course, you guys always know when you're running with the FWO, it's always for life. See you guys.